Hello guys, greetings from Kharkov, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. Since you really like the format of us Diolli cupids commenting some popular videos from internet regarding international dating and Ukrainian girls, myself and our executive director Katerina have decided to watch a really popular video from the internet and to share our opinion about it. The video is called 5 Reasons Never to Date a Ukrainian Girl, and it was filmed and made by Conor Clyne, the language tsar. And it is really interesting that more than 700,000 people have watched it, and actually 4,000 people liked it, and more than 4,000 people disliked it. So we will watch the video that is actually more disliked than liked. So let's start.
Hey, welcome back to another video with me, Conor Clyne, the language czar. And yes, you did read the title correctly. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 reasons never to date a Ukrainian girl. And for those of you who are regular viewers of my channel, that title is probably going to come as a surprise because in my videos, you know, I love Ukraine, I love traveling to countries in Eastern Europe, and I have had relationships with girls from the region, of course. Maybe in the videos, I give the impression that everything is great, everything is perfect, and I just want to make this video to explain the downsides of dating Ukrainian girls, or just girls in the former Soviet Union in general, for a lot of these tips that I'm going to give you, so that you don't fall under the false illusion that all that glitters is gold, as the old adage goes. So the genesis for this video was I had some conversations with some friends from the UK, from Germany, from Italy, about their experiences with girls in Ukraine. And these are guys who have come usually for maybe a week, a few days, and they've come to experience the nightlife of Ukraine. And of course, they were super excited to come to the country and to experience it. But actually, overall, they were a little bit negative about their experience with girls in Ukraine in particular.
So he's talking about the guys that came over to Ukraine to experience nightlife in Ukraine, so to go to clubs and to meet ladies there. So from the very beginning, I want to mention that, of course, if you travel to a country and you judge the whole female population based on the ladies you meet in nightclubs or bars, well, it's not the smartest strategy because, of course, ladies that go out to clubs and hang out there till 3 a.m. would be quite different from the ladies that we attract to our exclusive matchmaking base, or ladies that do not do clubbing. So he's making his assumptions probably based on the ladies he's meeting while going out. But we will find out it. Let's watch it.
So that right behind me is a bank and an ATM, and that's the first analogy you're going to make, because one of the biggest problems with Ukrainian women is the fact that they use men as mobile ATMs. Yeah, I mean, it's an incredibly traditional society for maybe North Americans and Western Europeans to adapt to, and the role of the man in a relationship is still seen as that of provider. So you've got to be the guy making it rain in the club. You've got to prove yourself in terms of financial clout and protect financially the woman and support her. So that's something that really grates a lot of Western men when they come here, because...
Would you like to comment that?
Yes, I want to comment because, you know, it's very strange. Usually guys contact us and say that they are really... they don't like that politics of feminism, they don't want to compete with women, but at the same time they come to Slavic countries because women are more traditional here, yeah? They like men to be a leader in relationship. You need to decide for yourself. You want to be a leader for her and support her financially, or you want to be in competition for her, and of course you will be in the same position. So here you need to understand it. And of course, for a lady who has more traditional family values, who has traditional view on your family life, of course she will accept if you support her financially in some points. And to be honest, if we are talking, for example, about our female clients, most of them really have university degree, they have really good careers, and sometimes we have another problem. They shy to accept presents from men, and they really need some time to get used to the fact that men can give her presents, to invite her to travel.
Specify what we mean by presents, because
Yes.
right now guys will assume that we are talking, I don't know, about iPhones.
No, we are talking about simple things like
flowers,
flowers. Maybe
chocolates.
sometimes, if it is a third or fourth date, it can be a perfume, but it's
Katya
really
is a
not
huge
so
fan of perfume.
I remember such points usually. So we are talking, of course, about small presents, but even with these small presents, we have problems that ladies really shy to accept them, and we need to explain that he wants to show you that he's interested in you.
This will mean too much.
Yes,
that she's
yes.
accepting perfume.
So it's very strange to hear that.
Again,
ladies-
he's talking about girls he's meeting in nightclubs, probably. And again, I really don't like when people put it this way, like ladies use guys. Like you have mentioned, so many our clients claim that they want to date someone who is traditional about gender roles in the family. And yes, it's in Ukrainian traditions, when the lady goes out with a gentleman, with Ukrainian or with a foreign, the gentleman foots the bill. If they're having lunch or dinner, if they're going to the movies, he's buying tickets. If you don't like it, there are many ladies in Western society, in Germany, in UK, in United States, where ladies will be okay to split the bill. It's in their tradition and they're okay with that. But the problem is so many Western men, they want to have the looks of Ukrainian ladies. And they want to have the traditions of Western society. Guys, if a lady goes out with you, trust me, based on the experience of numerous our clients, she has bought a new dress, new shoes, she did her hair and makeup, she has invested more money, if it's all about money, into this date than the guy will actually pay for that lunch, for that meal. So claiming that Ukrainian ladies use guys as ATMs, well, I don't know how to comment this. That's kind of sad.
Yes, I think we made our comments about it, so it's up to you to think how it is in real. But
like our psychologists would say, like dig down inside your soul and think why you feel used after having a date with a girl and footing the bill. Maybe it's not because you have foot the bill and she was out with you just to have food. Maybe she didn't like you, and this is why she doesn't want to have a second date with you. So let's keep watching it.
Of course, in Western Europe and North America, society is a lot more, we would say, emancipated for women, and they don't necessarily see men as the main breadwinner anymore. I think that's an intergenerational difference, say, between my generation and maybe my father's generation. So that's the first thing, is that women use men, foreigners and Ukrainians, as mobile ATMs. The city is actually known really in the former Soviet Union, the Russian-speaking world, as being a city that's full of people who are very witty, has its own style of speech and its own particular type of humor, a детский humor. So that brings me to my next point, which is that Ukrainian girls do not have a sense of humor. It's actually one that...
Did he just say that humor has died?
maybe, I don't know. I hope Odessa didn't die.
So it's he said it in Russian, but he has mispronounced the words. So instead of saying humor, he said that somebody died.
A lot of my English-speaking friends said, and I think that's just because the humor is quite different. And humor is not just about cracking the same universally appreciated jokes or comments on different things that happen in our lives. It's actually really tied up in with the linguistics of the language, also with the culture of the country. I noticed a big division between my friends who actually spoke Russian and those who did not. You know, I've learned Russian, and in the beginning, did I find Ukrainian girls funny? Well, I never really found them unfunny, to be honest, but definitely now that I speak the language, I appreciate the humor, especially here in Odessa, a lot more. I really get it. So you've really got to learn the local language. Here it happens to be Russian for the south of Ukraine, or Ukrainian if you're in Lviv in the west, or even in Kiev, the capital. You've really got to go and make that effort, otherwise you will not get the humor. It's not them, it's you. So that's my small defense of Ukrainian girls' sense of humor.
Yes, I agree with him. You have to learn the language to understand the humor, if it is in Russian language or in Ukrainian. So when guys tell that, oh wow, she doesn't speak English. Well, you don't speak Russian.
But about humor, I also want to say that one of the most popular feedbacks after days of our couples is that they really had fun. Sometimes men said that, oh, she understands my jokes, she laughs at my
She's
jokes.
witty.
Yes, so if humor was so different, it's difficult to say that someone understands my jokes. Of course, all cultures, they have their own features, and if your jokes, they include so many slang, of course, maybe she will not understand it, and it's normally that slang is not so common here. But American movies are also very popular here, and if you ask someone what is his favorite comic movie, a lot of people will say that this is Friends. And let's be honest, not all, for example, American guys are Adam Sandlers also.
Yes, I think a lot depends on the personality. Like, we have introduced gentlemen and ladies from different age groups and from different countries. So I can say that with our younger clients, when the lady and the gentleman are both in their 20s, 30s, they have their own kind of humor. Our couple that are older, in their 50s, 40s, they have their kind of humor. So I can't think of a situation when, for example, a gentleman was, let's say, from Tokyo, from China, from UK, or from United States, and he tells her that, wow, the lady was not witty, and I couldn't understand her. By the way, if Conor Clyne wants to make sure that Ukrainians have a sense of humor and know a good sarcasm, I have prepared my book for you. It's filled with funny stories from dates, from experience of our clients. It's in Russian language. I hope your Russian is good, and I hope you enjoy a nice sarcasm. If you are in Kharkov, Ukraine, I would love to present it to you in person. If you are not in Kharkov, Ukraine, leave your address in the comments below. I'm sure we can ship it to UK. And like our operator Sasha has just added, our president right now, actually, he used to be on this comedian show, and he's a really popular comedian. So Ukrainians do have a sense of humor.
Even our president proves it.
So you came to Lviv and you don't speak any Russian or any Ukrainian. How was your experience? Have you found it difficult or easy to communicate with people?
Şimdi kafelerde, klaplarda falan herhangi bir sıkıntı olmuyor. Çünkü elbet personel arasında illaki bir İngilizce çıkan, bilen birileri çıkıyor. Ama mesela konu kız konularına geldiği zaman, şimdi kızla konuşma sırasında sürekli Ukraynaca, Rusça bilmedikleri için Google Translate kullanıyoruz. O şekilde geçiyor.
Very funny. So how did that work out with Google Translate? Were you able to have enough contact with girls, or was it too tricky to build a relationship?
Çok fazla yardımcı olmuyor aslında. Biraz daha çok mimikler, jestlerle Google Translate.
Well, he has actually telling there like subtitles that he had troubles with serious communication with Ukrainian ladies because Google Translator was not really good. Well, Google Translator is not really good, so do not rely on it. And he has mentioned that he has no troubles approaching Ukrainian girls in clubs, which I can believe. The guy is handsome, but he has problems with building relationship. And here there is like a huge prejudice against Turkish guys. Many Ukrainian girls, serious Ukrainian girls, believe that Turkish gentlemen are sex tourists, and they travel to Ukraine just to meet ladies for one-night stands. So Ukrainian ladies, serious Ukrainian ladies, are kind of reluctant to go out with Turkish guys. And when we have clients from Turkey, we have to explain to them that this Turkish gentleman is not a sex tourist, he is not here to do clubbing. So Turkish guys, they have brought this fame upon themselves by traveling over to nightclubs and by spending good time at clubs with no strings attached with Ukrainian ladies.
So that behind me, right there, is a sign for a marriage agency. I guess we would call them by default, but kind of a dating agency, dating advice agent. That is a huge business here in Ukraine, in the former Soviet, and in particular the city of Odessa.
You will be surprised, but so many people have never heard of dating or marriage agencies, so you can't claim it's a huge business. And so often when I tell new friends and people I meet that I run a matchmaking service, they are so surprised, they have never heard about it. And so many ladies that enter our base after, for example, being on the lecture by our psychologist or attending one of the events that we host, they have never heard about such a service as a marriage or dating agency. So to claim that all Ukrainian girls have used dating services and it's a huge business, that's a bit exaggerated.
Odessa, and that's another reason not to date a Ukrainian girl, especially if you in general find them on one of these kind of services or use an app. And that's the other thing that I'm going to get into right now. Just to be clear, I know nothing about this particular dating agency. Actually, they could be completely honest, they could be dishonest, no idea. It's not a judgment call on them, but it's definitely a topic that a lot of my British friends have complained about. So you just called me playing on Tinder. It's a great app, of course, to meet people, as you're probably aware.
You know, I think that here everything depends on your approach, because if a 60 years old guy after the date with 25 years old girl, when she asked him to buy her a phone, will say that all the ladies are scammers, of course it will sound a little strange, because if your approach is healthy, then you will get absolutely another results. And to say that all Ukrainian ladies are scammers is the same like to say that all American guys are cowboys, I think.
I think it's kind of strange, Tinder, it was supposed to be an application for fun. It's not for serious relationship and marriage. So if you approach a girl who posts her bikini photos on Tinder and who says yes to go out with you straight away, can you expect that she will be the one and you will get married? Are there any guarantees? I know people who got married after using Tinder. I know people who got scammed after using Tinder in all countries all around the world. So a friend of mine in the United States, an American woman, she went out with a gentleman also from the United States, and he actually tried to scam her after using Tinder. So when you are using mobile applications, when you are dating online, there can be good and bad people in all countries. So you can't judge Ukrainian girls based on your experience in nightclubs or on Tinder, because it's so far from reality, from real life. And of course, if you are dating outside of your league, which means that, for example, by American standard, you are a 5 and you approach a girl who is a 10, who is like Victoria's Secret beautiful, and she is much younger than you are, and by saying much younger, I mean she's 10, 15 years younger, then your chances to get scammed, they kind of increased. And the less clothes she has on her profile pictures, the more the chances are that you will get scammed. So date ladies that are from the same age group as you are, that wear clothes and that don't have nicknames like Sexy Bunny, and that your chances to get scammed will be really small.
And a lot of my friends complain about this, that the girls they met in Ukraine on Tinder, in fact, were not interested in really meeting them. They just seem to want to go to nice places. I'm sure if you're a pretty girl, you could actually go out 3 times a day and have all your meals paid for in the best places in the city without too much problem. That's because most guys are going to invest in at least one date, if not multiple dates, in order to know if anything's going to happen with a particular girl. So you should definitely be careful about that. One of my friends, he was in Kiev and he matched with a girl on Tinder. They agreed to meet at a restaurant in the center, and she said suddenly, just when they're going to meet, "Oh, 2 of my girlfriends are with me, is that okay?" And he went along with it, he acquiesced, and he said, "Yeah, sure." And so that's 3 people on a date, which is just weird, let's be honest, about why bring 2 girlfriends. So anyways, they had dinner, and he paid the bill because this is Ukraine and he has to pay the entire tab. That's just the way the culture works. Then they went to another place across the street, which is a very expensive and famous bar in Kiev, and he told me that when, maybe 10 minutes later, all this sushi just appeared on the table. And these girls had already eaten, remember? So they just ordered, and he didn't speak Russian, so he didn't realize that's what they're ordering. What do you think my friend did in this situation? Do you think he got angry? No, there's a better way. He just looked at his phone, picked up and said, Girls, sorry, I have to take a business call. It's very noisy here. I'll just be back in a minute. I'm going to take it outside. He never came back. So,
That's classy.
be careful.
He is a real gentleman. It's nothing to say here, a real gentleman. And you know, it's funny how a man is always a victim in such situation. Why nobody's saying that he agreed to meet with the first girl? He was open to meet her friends, and of course he was taken to the second bar not under the weapon. So I think that it was something that he wanted to do.
Probably he realized that there won't be a threesome.
Maybe.
Can you say it on YouTube?
So the next complaint is that Ukrainian girls completely overestimate their value. That's just something that has happened because a lot of them are so corrupted by the money that's thrown at them by the foreigners who come to Ukraine. For example, lots of Turkish guys, Arabs, Israelis, even Americans come with all these marriage agencies, and they just throw money their way, and that kind of inflates their sense of self-worth.
Katya, do you know any ladies that literally have been thrown with money from foreigners?
To be honest, I don't know any of such ladies.
I don't know the place that this guy goes. Maybe he goes to strip clubs, like, girls are dancing and the guys are throwing money.
Or put them to underwear.
Yeah. Guys, those girls are not for marriage. I don't claim anything. Maybe they are like nice people, but if the girl is dancing half naked, or if she posts half naked photos, it doesn't mean that she is like a wife material. So that's sad.
A lot of my British friends also complained about that they felt that the Ukrainian girls were not really that impressive other than their looks, and they were not offering anything kind of more for the long term, and that they didn't see them as maybe the big catch, but maybe that's just their egos.
So many guys, they try to choose girls based on their appearance only, like, they go on Tinder. And I remember, do you remember Irina told us a story? She was on a train and she saw two guys. They were American based on the way they were dressed and the accent, and they were like huge. And these guys, they were like discussing really loud the girls. Like, look at her, like her breasts small, her nose, look at this one. And she said that she looked over and they were looking at the male at the bride's side, at the beautiful photos, and they were like criticizing those pictures. Like,
Maybe it's like a hobby for them to do this.
A lot depends on which qualities are important for you when you're searching for a lady. If you're looking just for a beautiful eye candy, if you're choosing a lady based on her photos and maybe her age, like the younger the better, if she's 19 or 18, then you get what you deserve. There would be some kind ladies who are 19 and 18 and who know that their years and their looks are their biggest asset. But trust me, the majority of Ukrainian ladies are not like that.
So the next reason never to date a Ukrainian girl is the fact that they have awful behavior, inappropriate behavior on dates. And that's because they're normally completely engrossed in their iPhone. Probably two latest iPhones that were presumably bought for them by their sponsors. And it's quite often that you'll see girls with cracked screens. And that's because basically, for two reasons. One, they couldn't invest in a cover. And secondly, because they cannot afford to have the screen fixed. Something I always noticed in Ukraine, a lot of broken screens on the iPhones.
That's the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard about Ukraine.
You will be surprised, but we asked our team before this video, and 6 girls from our team are really fans of iPhones. They have them, and to be honest, they were not presented by men. And all the iPhones are in a really good condition.
That's mine. I'm guilty. Mine was a gift from my husband, but before I got married...
But it was after marriage.
All my phones by myself. Sasha, can you help us and give us the phones from our team? We will just show them to you really quickly, because I don't know how he came up with this conclusion. That's our operator, Sasha. Guys, this one, it doesn't look that new, but that's our office phone. Look here, that's a cute dachshund over there. This is our office phone. It lives in the office, but we will change this one.
I have like 4 more here. Like you see, they're all in a really good condition, and they all have cases. So
And girls
everything
are
is
crazy
fine.
about cases. Like Katerina is changing hers, I think, based on the season.
Yes,
And
of
based
course.
on because last time yours was pink.
Yes, now it's green. So colors depend on winter, on autumn, spring, summer. So
Alessia,
yeah,
our
different.
psychologist, she's having a day off today. Greetings to you, Alessia. When you will be watching this one, we will send you a heart especially for you. So Alessia has a new cover, I think, every month.
Yes,
She has, like-
really loves them.
Yeah, she loves that. So that's crazy. And assuming that girls can't get a bumper, I think he's dating girls from some, I don't know, mail of the bride site, like sexy hot Ukrainian wives.com, where you open it and you see like girls in photoshopped beautiful photoshopped photos, like in pink bikini with nicknames like Sexy Sweet Cherry, who writes that she's looking for a guy. She's like 22, she wants to find the love of her life, and she believes that age is just a number, so she's looking for somebody up till 65.
It's so romantic.
Maybe a girl like that can't afford a bumper, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't want to afford one, but again, don't try to date people from such trashy dating sites, or don't go to nightclubs where she's wearing like her smile and a mini dress and that's all. I don't think that's dating material. Again, he must be talking about that girls who dance like strippers and the phone is falling down all the time. So
Yeah,
it's
because
correct.
they need to have place for money. That's why they throw
They're
out their
throwing
phones.
money all the time. That's so ridiculous. I even don't know how to comment this one. But he has a nice hoodie and a nice smile. I don't know anything about his eyes. I hope it's not a side problem, because I have commented several times that it's not kind of nice to wear sunglasses indoors. I don't know how it is in UK. In Ukraine, it's a big no-no.
So that's it from me from this video. I've given you guys 5 reasons. Having talked to my friends who are foreigners from different countries like Italy, Turkey, US, Britain, about why you should never date a Ukrainian girl. It's not always like in my video from Odessa where I showed you, beautiful weather, a great city, super hot chicks, great vibe. Ukraine is also like this. Now we're in Kiev and it's cold. It's the winter time.
Well, maybe he's dating chicks and not ladies, so that's a problem.
Interesting.
It's the winter time, and yeah, and people are all wrapped up. So definitely you should take my advice and stay way clear of those Ukrainian girls. They're only trouble. I'm telling you, they're only trouble.
Language Czar.
It's interesting. It reminds me of the situation when you're eating a very delicious jam and you're giving another people 4 reasons not to eat this jam with you.
Oh, so you want to have all the jam to yourself. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed our video, our review on the video of Conor Clyne. Conor Clyne, please feel free to make a review on this video of us reviewing your video. We will do a so-called video matryoshka. I hope that our subscribers have enjoyed this format. If there are any other videos that you would like us to watch and comment, feel free to send us the links in your comments below this video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, to press like, and like always, we will make the heart at the end. Svetlana Mukha
And Katerina Romanenko.
from Diolli with Love.